Alright, time to get back to my roots. Now, how much longer do we need to give 343 Industries before we're actually allowed to be upset with them and not be labeled a hater? My last Halo video, I should say, I got some pretty interesting comments, to be honest, about me being wrong, about me being too critical of the game, about me, being a hater, when in reality, I'm the opposite of a hater. I first started playing Halo in 2001. I played the demo way before the game even launched. Back when demo discs still came with magazines and Game Informer. Yeah, I'm old. That was a long time ago. But my point is this. Since Halo 1 Combat Evolved, I've played every single Halo game, every offshoot, every Halo mobile game. I've read every novel up until the end of the Forerunner saga. Halo Silentium was the last novel I read cover to cover. All this to say that I'm a really big Halo fan. And with that being said, it's just so upsetting. Like, I had a Destiny video planned for today, but I kind of woke up this morning in a bad mood, and for some reason my mind went to Halo and how 343 Industries kind of fucked the franchise for everyone. It pains me to my heart and to my core to say this out loud, and I don't think I've ever said this out loud. This is the first time. Halo is not good anymore. It's a joke. It's the laughingstock of Xbox and of gaming at this point, only because it was such a grand franchise, larger than life. Everyone knew about Halo, even if you didn't play video games. Every single person that was of age knew about Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3 when they were in their prime. People that didn't even play video games, like, oh, you play that Xbox game, Halo or whatever it was called. It's just unfortunate how far from grace the franchise has fallen. And you could argue that when Bungie still had it, with Halo Reach, that it was nearing its end of popularity, but even looking back on it now, Halo Reach was such a beloved game, and to see where the franchise has ended up at this point in time is just, it's sad. And just a side tangent about Halo Reach, it was heavily criticized in its time because it shifted away from a more hardcore MLG type focus for multiplayer and kind of catered to casuals. And it upset me a little at the time, but now upon further reflection, Bungie actually knew what they were doing, because I have friends that they were never big Halo fans or anything like that. Not the way I was, how I played every single game non-stop because I didn't have a life when I was a child. Halo Reach is their favorite game, and I hear that so often around about Halo Reach being their favorite game. Halo Reach is not my favorite game. Mine is either Halo 2 or Halo 3, but that's because I'm a different type of player. But just looking back on how Halo Reach touched so many people, Bungie was clearly trying to cater more to the casual, and it worked. People that didn't even play Halo played Halo Reach. Yeah, they might have lost a lot of MLG Pro hardcore players, but in reality, that's a very small fraction of the Halo community. So they did the right thing there. But my gripes with Halo now goes far beyond just the game themselves. There's no easy way to put this. It's just the disrespect with which the franchise is being handled with. It's so annoying how bad the Halo TV show was. And I know I'm gonna get some defenders saying, oh, the Halo TV show wasn't that bad if you just forget that it's Halo. And the fact that people can look at you with a straight face and say something like that to you is just mind-boggling to me. It's only good if you forget that it existed for 20 years before. How could 343 even let that show get made? It's just such a massive step back, even from the live action trailers that Halo had, from the Red versus Blue series. It's just such a step back. It ignored everything that made Halo Halo, and it just put a Halo skin on it. Like, if you would have taken this story and took Master Chief out of it, took Spartans out of it, it probably would have been a much better show. But the fact that they had Halo attached to it, and it didn't really feel like Halo, only in spurts of about 15 to 30 seconds in the action sequences, it's just, That's just so disrespectful to what Halo even is. Why did they even allow that show to be made? I'll never understand it. And don't get me wrong, I had such high hopes for 343 when they took over Halo 4 because they did something that Bungie never did. They paid attention to the extended universe of the Halo franchise and factor that into the games. Halo 4 was very lore accurate in a lot of ways, and Bungie never really did that. For example, Halo Reach. Halo Reach was very lore inaccurate to the Halo universe. Spartan 3s were not portrayed like that. Spartan 3s were basically children when they were sent to war. They were expendable troops. Nothing how Noble Team turned out to be. But at the end of the day, what Bungie said themselves is, we created the game, the lore has to follow us. Even if they contradicted already established lore, they didn't care. And that always rubbed me the wrong way. But when Halo 4 came and they just start dumping the lore on you one after another, retconning some things and like getting the lore back on track, I had great hopes for 343, but they've kind of taken it to such a far level, and I won't say it's an evolution. They kind of ruined it after Halo 4 because it required you to read other things in order to understand the story of the game, and that's where Bungie always excelled. They made an epic story for the game, and everything extra you could just read for extra context. But 343 went the other way. They would dump lore in game, but also you don't exactly understand everything that's going on in the game unless you read the book or the comic or whatever it is for Halo 5 and Halo Infinite. And that's where my biggest gripe, and that's where I've never been so pissed off with Halo before until today. I went to Barnes & Noble and I knew there was a Halo book that filled in the gaps for what happened before Halo Infinite. So I went to Barnes & Noble, I read the back, I read the first page, and I just got so angry because all I could think is, where was this in the game? Like, it opens with Spartans, a Spartan team, they're fighting for... They're on the Infinity and they're fighting for Zeta Halo, I think it is, that we're on now. I don't even fucking know because I don't care anymore. And how they lost, how we lost, the UNSC lost, humans lost, and they got their asses handed to them by Atriox and the Banished. Why wasn't that in the game? That could have been in the game. It would have made the game so much better. I liked Halo Infinite. I really did. But they took, in Halo 5 Guardians, they didn't focus enough on Master Chief, and I feel like in Halo Infinite they focused too much on Master Chief. There's so much interesting things that happened around him that they didn't focus on, and that's a problem Bungie never had. Master Chief has always been the main character, but the universe happened around him. People communicated around him, pushed a story around him, and in Halo Infinite that didn't happen. The story didn't really get pushed forward at all. We were kind of left in the same place we were left at the end of Halo 5. What the heck happened to Cortana? What did she do? What is she doing? We still don't know exactly everything she did. I mean, there's context and we can kind of infer, and the books kind of fill in the gaps once again, but the story cannot stand on its own 2 feet like that, and like nothing important or too impactful happened. It kind of just reset Master Chief's character development. It's unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate. And my question is, how long are we gonna let 343 Industries get away with this shit? I mean, they're destroying the games. They let the media outside. The books are better than the games now, which they kind of always were, but I would not to this degree. The show was dreadful. Like, they are running the franchise into the ground, and it just makes me angry and makes me sad. And if you guys can't tell by my voice, you should tell by the fact that this video seems very unscripted. That's because it's not. This is just a rant by me because I don't need to write this shit down for how I feel about Halo. And it's just it's kind of heartbreaking, to be honest. Forge is coming out for Halo Infinite, if it's not already out. I don't know. I stopped following it. Halo Infinite is kind of a disappointment to me. And is that gonna be enough to save Halo Infinite or the franchise? Nah, I don't think so. What they're gonna have to do, they're gonna have to make a good show, a good movie, something else aside from the game, because the games aren't enough anymore. Halo Infinite was such a good feeling game. Mechanically, the game just feels great. They need to work on the netcode or the lag or whatever. That shit's terrible, but it's just so hollow and empty on the inside once you get down to it. And I don't know, man. I don't know. They need to do something, and they need to do something quick, because this is just sad. Very, very sad. That's all I got for you today. Destiny rant coming in the next video. Might be a good thing though. Not really a bad thing. We'll see. We'll see how the rant goes. If you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe. More will be coming. Next video is most likely a Destiny video. And yeah. Actually, the next video might be a fucking Overwatch video, because shit's going down there. Anyway, see you in the next one. Peace.